the most striking changes are the simple ones. Last month, this Taylorsville home got a landscape makeover that turned a flat stretch of grass into an artful, beautiful outdoor oasis. Check it out. And a few creative options really help keep it on track and, most importantly, on budget. Landscape designer Cynthia Bee led the team that pulled this off, and she says there are just a few key takeaways really worth talking about. And you're saying to start every project with a vision board, get it all laid out. There's something that you do like a Pinterest board?
Think through what you could do instead. I think one of the biggest challenges people have is we think about what we know. It's lawn, or it's gravel, or it's, or it's plants. But there's a whole lot of things in between there that you might not be thinking about, or maybe you think are just for a backyard that you would actually really use in a front yard space.
Okay, well, walk us through how you went about it with this particular home in Taylorsville. You had,
so this
some
was part of our landscape demonstration projects for the Slow the Flow campaign. And this yard was designed by a pro, so we're using Kristen's tips here with our nesting space. And one of the things that she came up with was ways to use the yard, right? We don't want to just be out there when we're maintaining it. So she's created several different ways to increase the size of their front porch. Wow. They had a very cramped front entryway, so she created more walkways and some seating areas to give them ways to use that front yard and to make it more expansive.
Yeah, it's really pretty. Can you talk about the concrete that was used in it as well, kind of the thought process that went into that?
Yeah, so we went ahead and added like a wider walkway. You want to create a sense of entry to the home. And so this walkway that uses the pavers and really extends that out and gives you a way to access the home that's really interesting. Now, the cool part, once you've got that walkway in, there's almost no maintenance. And so you're reducing the amount of area that's going to need all of your attention, even though you're making the yard more functional.
I was just going to say, at first look at it, because it is so gorgeous and a lot stands out, I would think that is extra work, but you're saying no.
No, we're actually reducing the square footage of the yard that needed active maintenance over an all lawn yard. So it's easier to deal with than before.
And what about water features, if you want to kind of incorporate that? Does that have to be elaborate?
Well, we don't want water featers that are elaborate, but simple things are fine that are a dry pond. In this case, we actually have a little pot that gets filled with a sprinkler system, with the drip irrigation, and that's where their dogs get a drink when they come back from the walk. That's its whole purpose, is a doggy drinking fountain.
That's fascinating. Okay,
and then you can have smaller fountains as well.
And what about the grass? We were just talking about this. There's a unique type of grass that you put in.
So on the Taylorsville project, we decided to do a little experimenting, and there's a new type of lawn that's available in Utah. This one was donated by Chanshare Sod Farms, and they have the Tahoma Bermuda is what it's called. And they're the only folks that have it yet, but everyone's working towards it. And it needs 70% less water than bluegrass. It's been mowed like once this whole season. Like the whole neighborhood's watching to see how long it's going to take before they need to mow. And it can get a root system that's up to 18 inches deep, so it can really go for the water that's available. So you can still have lawn, you can still have a lot of these things that make our yards beautiful. We just got to do them a little bit smarter and use more up-to-date materials.
Wonderful. So how would you describe the finished product of this, if you were to walk us through this?
Well, this yard is estimated to save about 58,000 gallons of water per season. And yet it's more attractive and more beautiful than it was when it was just lawn. And when we first did it, the homeowner said, oh, we just, we want it to look nice for the neighbors. And now, because he said we don't use it. And now they're out there every day. She's like, I start my day in this front yard. The dogs have tested out the lawn, and it is dog tough like they recommend. So it's just been a really great experience for them.
I can see why. And this makeover, this is part of a grant. Can you explain that for us?
So we've worked with Salt Lake County. And they issued some grant money. We've been in 4 cities in Salt Lake County, and we're going to expand that out to other cities next year. And just to show people what they can have. We tell people, use less water, use less water. Well, show me how I'm supposed to be doing it then, right? So we're going to give different options to inspire people to take on projects in their own yard. You don't have to do the whole thing at once. But through this, we'll have a video series that will come out through Slow the Flow, and you can watch the long-form videos, you can watch short how-tos, and we'll really help people that are ready to make that conversion to start to make the jump.
All right, people are interested or want to get a nomination in there, where can they go?
So if you go to slowtheflow.org, we'll work you through there, and I believe they'll have a link to the specific form in the text with the story.
Cynthia, thanks so much. Great work.
Thank you.
Appreciate your insight.